Super. Lovely. Okay, so phase 2, all about the emotion of the song. So I'll ask the question first. Is everyone aware of the sort of the background, the history to the creation of this song? Or perhaps I should say, is anyone not? So everyone knows.
No, I don't know.
Marilyn. Okay. Yep. No, that's fine. So the background of it is Simon unfortunately lost his father to cancer last February. Not this February. Well, it might have been this February. I can't even remember now. But February. And anyway, to cut a very long story short, this song just came to him, and it means a great deal to him because it's about his father. But the words, the tune, everything just came to him. So he has a very strong connection, strong emotional connection, as you can imagine, to the song. Now, he wants us to have our own emotional connection to the song. He doesn't want to supplant what it means to him onto us. For us, it could be about it could be about a love that never dies. It could be about a friendship that never dies, or that just continues through thick and thin. It could mean a vast amount of things to a vast amount of people. And so for us, for it to have integrity for us, we have to tap into what it means to us. That makes sense? So so that's the background to the story, but that doesn't mean it's our story. And he wanted me to, us to put that across to you guys. So without further ado, I will say that for us as altos, our key thing is to make sure that where we do not have the melody, because we share the melody with the tenors, where we do not have the melody, we make sure that we have the same emotional intent and sing it just as if it were a part with, as if it were the melody part. So for example, when we start, all our do-do-do-do-dos are the melody. And then the first set of words proper that we get, it's not the end, my friend, everything has happened for a reason, that's the harmony part. So we have to make sure that it's seamless, that we don't notice a join between the bits where we've got the melody and after the bit I've just mentioned, we've got words again, and that is the melody. So we can't go in and out in terms of emotional sort of engagement, if you like. So that's something that we have to bear in mind. I'm sure we will be fine, we'll be perfect, it's not a problem, but it's just something for us to bear in mind. So that is one of our challenges, just to keep the emotional performance consistent. Vocal performance is key because it's not so much about what's showing on our faces this time as it was, or as it has been with previous songs, but about how we translate what it means to us so that it comes across in our voices, so that we find the highs and lows of the phrases and that we put those across. Yeah. Okay. So has anyone got any questions or any thoughts that they'd like to throw in at this point? Please feel free. Just unmute yourselves and go for it. Yes, Marilyn, unmute yourself, hon.
Unmute. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering how to translate what you just said into louder, softer. I mean, I feel I can interpret louder, softer, or more urgent, but I'm not so sure how to physically translate the emotions that you're talking about into my voice.
Right. Okay. So dynamics is an excellent way, because that, you know, as in louds and soft, because the music and the lyrics lend themselves to a particular treatment. Maybe I've made it sound more difficult than it actually is. I think we do it naturally, especially when we come across lyrics that lend themselves, depending on what the word is. For example, the phrase, "Is this the life that I thought I'd lead?" It's a question, and our our notes are, is this the life that I thought I'd lead? That's not the key. I've just to make you aware there. Is this the life that I thought I'd lead? And there are triplets there. Is this the life that I thought I'd lead? So it's about, if you like, paying attention to vowels, paying attention to singable consonants like P's and T's and N's, things like that. And it's also paying attention to where it crescendos, where it goes softer. Having said which, there's not an awful lot, because right at the end, it says that we are to go double F, which is really, really loud. However, because we aren't singing this in person, in a room, there's only so much range of loud and soft that our phones will pick up when we go to record it. So don't worry over much about making it really loud or being really, really soft, you know, depending on what is called for in the music. As long as there is contrast, that will be fine. But to further answer your question, Marilyn, it's just about you thinking about it and putting the feeling into it. Because where I have said to people before, when you're recording, smile, or I'll shut my eyes, sing a phrase and smile, and then sing it again without a smile. And it's amazing how you can hear a smile come across just on a recording without having to see the person's face. So it's about how we feel when we're singing it. It will translate. So you don't have to overthink it too much, Marilyn. Does that help?
Yes, that's helpful. Thank you, CJ.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions or points before I play the track and we have a little sing through? No? Okay, let's just do that then. Let's have a little sing through. I will share my sound again. And then I will play the track. I'll play our track. I'll play the alto only track at this stage, particularly for those of us who haven't yet learned it sufficiently to sing it against any of the other parts. That will come, but not tonight. Okay. Again, if you can give me a thumbs up, please, once you can hear the sound. Okay, here it comes. Oopsie daisy, sorry, it's just crashed on me. Bear with me 1 second. Technology. Bear with me. Okay, please play.
One, two, three, four. It's not the end. It's not the end.
for a reason. Let's not pretend it's not been hard. Feeling all so close while being far apart. Is this the life that I thought I'd lead? All is silent on the empty streets, but then a message rings out so true. I am not alone, I'm right here with you. So here I stand, it's not the end. I see the light with you, my friend. We've come so far, let's see it through. I'm not alone, that much is true. One day we'll stand side by side. Oh, how our hearts will fill with pride when all around was dark and blue. I found my star, you found one too, and so we know that things must change. We know that life must rearrange, but all we've seen and all we've done will shape the world for years to come. So here I stand, it's not the end. I see the light with you, my friend. We've come so far, let's see it through. I'm not alone, that much is true. One day we'll stand side by side. Oh, how our hearts will fill with pride when all around was dark and blue. I found my star, you found one too. It's not the end with you, my friend, never the end. It's not the end.
Well done, everyone. I saw some fabulous faces there. Really getting into it. It's fantastic. Comments or observations of any kind about any part of the song?
I found it seems to go really up and down the range. 1 minute I'm struggling to get up there, the next minute I'm struggling to get down there.
Down. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My particular challenge, if you like, is that bar 40. And so we know that bit there. And I think that we really have to have a really good breath at bar 40. It's the timestamp is 2 minutes and 3 seconds. I think we really have to really tank up there, and it doesn't help being seated either. So I think I might stand up next time around. But yes, you're absolutely right, Jane. And also that bit is written as quite soft, quite a quiet passage, and so we know that things must change. But yeah, they'll have to do that one in the mix, because I can't do that without belting it, quite frankly. Because I'm normally a lady bass, and that's quite hard for me. But so don't be phased. This is what I mean about the signatures, the the instructions as to whether we're loud or soft, as long as there's contrast. Anyone have any observations about breathing?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, bar 56 in particular, I think if you don't really get a good breath there, that what follows it, by the time you get to One Day Will Stand, you really are running out of puff.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's another similar part, isn't there, on the other page?
Yeah.
Bar 31.
So I guess that's sort of muscle memory. It's about trying to do it as much as possible.
Absolutely.
so that it goes in, so that you just do it without thinking.
Yeah. So it's. I wouldn't want anyone to be a master at this stage, and I think that by rehearsing it with the sheet music, so that you can see where the breath plan is, and always trying to rehearse it and breathing exactly where the breath plans are, will help to reinforce that muscle memory. Otherwise, yeah, absolutely, we won't do it. We won't, particularly those big passages, we won't make them. But it's also
trying to aim for unconscious competence, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I think I was just going to say, for me, it's making sure when I take a breath, I'm doing it in the right space and not chopping off the start of the next word.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. All those points really, really valid that we and if we do that now, by the time we come to record, it'll be like, yeah, fine, we've got this. We won't have to think about it. It will be, as Sarah says, unconscious competence. Brilliant. Equally, if you cannot, with the best will in the world, make that phrase, no matter how big a breath you take, it is perfectly fine to leave words out, to do staggered breathing, to do ninja breaths. So as I say, we don't want anyone to expire or anything like that. This is supposed to be fun, y'all. You know, it's not supposed to be something that we fret and worry about. So if you can't do it in one breath, then that's fine. Leave out a word, breathe in that space, and then continue. Not a problem. Any other observations about breaths? How about emotion? How do you feel? What's the sort of overwhelming feeling of this song or emotion? Would anyone like to sort of offer their views? Yes, Ma.
I kind of put myself at the very end of Wicked, when Elba and Glinda are saying goodbye, and this could be a substitute song for the one that they sing.
Like it. Has anyone else seen Wicked? No, some have, some haven't. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. That's cool.
It's just the idea, I get that. They're really, really good friends in spite of their differences, and they're holding on to each other. And even though they're going their separate ways, they're still going to keep that connection.
Yes, yeah.
They're holding hands the whole time.
Oh, really? Brilliant.
Yeah.
I do. I see it as really, really positive. It's got a really positive message. It is a sort of, in spite of, there's this other positive thing that's happening, that's being preserved, you know. And it's very much like the collective, you know. We're not alone. This isn't the end, you know. COVID be blowed. We're all here, and we're all going to soldier on, and we're all together, and we're not alone, and we've all got each other, and it's positive, and it's uplifting, and it's lovely, and it's marvelous. I mean, that's just one take amongst many, I'm sure.
I think it's positive, but life is a bummer, and we all have our down days. But at the end of the day, we're not alone, and we get on with it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Jane, absolutely. Great. Okay, let's have another sing through then. And if you can, and it's easy enough to do it where you are, stand up. We'll do that, and we'll sing through it, and we'll concentrate on the dynamics and the breathing in the right spaces and taking good supported low breaths, as opposed to shallow chest breaths is what I mean. And yeah, let's give it another go. Doing great. I'm loving watching your faces. It's marvelous. Just give me a thumbs up to let me know that you can hear the track.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not the end, my friend. Everything has happened for a reason. Let's not pretend it's not been hard. Feeling oh so close while being far apart. Is this the life that I thought I'd lead? All is silent on the empty streets, but then a message rings out so true. I am not alone, I'm right here with you. So here I stand, it's not the end. I see the light with you, my friend. We've come so far, let's see it through. I'm not alone, that much is true. One day we'll stand side by side. Oh, how our hearts will fill with pride when all around was dark and blue. I found my star, you found one too, and so we know that things must change. We know that life must rearrange, but all we've seen and all we've done will shape the world for years to come. So here I stand, it's not the end. I see the light with you, my friend. We've come so far, let's see it through. I'm not alone, that much is true. One day we'll stand side by side. Oh, how our hearts will fill with pride when all around was dark and blue. I found my star, you found one too. It's not the end with you, my friend, never the end. It's not the end.
Super. How was that run through? Anybody want to share their thoughts?
I just think the more confident you get with the words, the emotion follows naturally. I've looked at the presentation about getting the notes, just oohing it first and then adding the words later. And I think subliminally the words are going in when I'm oohing along to the tracks.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
by the time I add the words, I've built up so much emotion through kind of taking it in. It's just quite natural where I want to go.
Lovely. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And it's one of the ways that that Simon advocates, if you like, for learning a track, which is just to immerse yourself in it, just to listen, not listen sort of whilst you're washing up or vacuuming and stuff. You need to be able to concentrate. So sitting and actively just listening to it and stopping ourselves from singing. a few times, and then, as you've just said, Caroline, go through and just ooh, 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 or la, 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 so that the words don't get in the way of you learning the notes and the timing and breathing and stuff like that, and then adding the lyrics on. And as you say, by the time we get to putting the lyrics on, it's the story selling itself, it's telling itself. Lovely, thank you for that.
I did that entire process the weekend before phase 1 began. And so I pretty much, like 90% had the song. And so every time that we sing it through, it feels like I'm doing something familiar instead of stumbling into my next error. And so I would recommend anybody who has a chance to start a new song from the beginning, try that method. It saves you a lot of uncertainty, and you'll probably be more confident in your rehearsals like this. I can put the emotion into it now. I still haven't solved the breath problem completely, but I know where it is and where I have to do, but I avoid looking at the score, and I know I probably should now and then, but I'm trying to pick up not only the words and the notes and the breaths and everything, but the emotion from the score as well. I think learning this song has been so much easier for me because I did that, spent 2 or 3 hours at it at the very, very, very beginning. And so I'm just putting in a plug for, give it a try sometime. You might find that you can let loose of the score more easily, or you might not become addicted to it or dependent on it. So the sooner you get away from it, the more you have to put yourself into the song.
That's fantastic advice. Thank you, Charlene. That really is. This was the first of the ones that I've done since One Voice where I actually did that also. I mean, I haven't learned it all by any means because I've been running these sessions basically, so I've had less time to spend learning it, and I'm working full time as well, but that's neither here nor there. But certainly just immersing myself in it to start with has paid dividends, and I know a lot more of it a lot sooner than I did with the previous songs, for sure. Yeah. So thanks for that, Charlene.
I think it's a discussion I've had with Laura on a number of occasions as well, is that for those of us that have been musicians for years and years and have always read music and always been allowed to use it, it's the more you rely on it, and it becomes really, really hard to actually get rid of it.
Yeah, it becomes
so the sooner you can, the sooner you sort of, if almost to the point of learning it minus the dots.
Sure.
On occasions, I still find it really, really hard to actually put the sheet down, even though I know I can and I know it because it's there and I know I can read it.
Sure.
I read it anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you know what we're going to do now? We're going to do it
Turn
without
it over,
the sheet
throw it
music. We're going to do
I
it.
wouldn't bank on it.
We've got 10 minutes.
You mean you saw me pick it up?
Listen, I've got mine here. It looks like I haven't got it, but it's just lying here. So I'm going to put mine away over here. And it doesn't matter if you go wrong, because if you go wrong, you'll know what to fix, as it were. So let's make our last run through of it then, without the music. 1 second, and I'll get the track back up.
One, two,
stand up,
three,
everyone.
4.
It's not the end, my friend. Everything has happened for a reason. Let's not pretend it's not been hard. Feeling all so close while being far apart. Is this the life that I thought I'd lead? All is silent on the empty streets, but then a message rings out so true. so far, let's see it through. I'm not alone, that much is true. One day we'll stand side by side. Oh, how our hearts will fill with pride when all around was dark and blue. I found my star, you found one too, and so we know that things must change. We know that life must rearrange, but all we've seen and all we've done will shape the world for years to come. So here I stand, it's not the end. I see the light with you, my friend. We've come so far, let's see it through. I'm not alone, that much is true. One day we'll stand side by side. Oh, how our hearts will fill with pride when all around was dark and blue. I found my star, you found one too. It's not the end with you, my friend, never the end. It's not the end.
Yay! Well done, everyone.
PJ, at that time, your words were in sync with the sound, and it was so much easier for me to keep an eye on you because we were singing the same thing. Ordinarily, I have to look away because our words are out of sync.
All right.
But it was much better because that time they were in sync.
Oh, brilliant. Well, that's good. I have found, I will share this with everyone, I have found that the back end of the song, I know not as well as the front end. So one of my note to self is that I am going to start just drilling chunks of the back rather than always starting it at the beginning, because that way you just reinforce the beginning all the time. And I don't spend as much time on the bit that, especially where it repeats words and phrases from previously, but the notes are slightly different or the time's slightly different. So that's my little share with you all. So
much easier.
It is much easier without the score. Is that your observation, Jane?
You've got to do it without looking at it. So you've got to.
That's right. Any other observations from anyone?
I look at the other faces in the same time, only four side. I love the passion in the faces.
Is it beautiful? It's
very beautiful. I think mine's my face is always the same, and I look in the other face and think, "Woo!"
No,
I like it.
Everyone's face is different. Everyone's face does different things at different parts of the song, which is just wonderful. And that's what it's called. It means you're feeling something different at different parts of the song, and it's showing on your face. And if it shows on your face, then it will show in your voice. So there, that's great. Now I want to get a picture of everyone before I forget. So you can choose to do whatever you like. I shall say 1, 2, 3, and then I will hit my print screen and hopefully it'll work. So you lovely ladies, 1, 2, 3. Let me just thank you. Let me just make sure that that's worked by pasting it somewhere. Quick. Oh, I really have to change this laptop. It is so slow. I think there's a little man inside that winds a crank like this.
I've got one like that as well, CJ.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
Mine too.
Oh, honestly. Oh, you all look lovely.
No doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
In there who is so slow.
Absolutely.
If it were a woman in there, it wouldn't be so slow, I'm sure.
That's fantastic. So, for anyone
I
who
can
might
say that
listen to this
because we're all
recording,
here
that's right.
today.
I shall tell the bases that. That's fantastic. Because I think they're all predominantly male. I'm not sure. Lovely. Oh, well, I'm going to say that that's it. We've got a couple of minutes left, so I can't believe that I haven't actually been booted out before I finished speaking, or before I've allowed you guys to finish speaking. So what I would say is there are some unmuted singing sessions being run this week. I'm seconding some of them, and I'm just going to dive in there. And so I would encourage everyone to sign up for one. The ones I've seen before, it was a different song. The ones I've been on before, sorry, they concentrated on like sections of the song, and people could choose what sections they wanted to do. So it's not like you have to stand and sing the whole song, you know, on your own. And it's all very supportive. You know, it's the collective. What can I tell you? So it's not scary, and it's really, really useful. So I would encourage that. But other than that, I will say thank you so much for your time this evening, and lots and lots of love. And I hope to see you again for more of phase 2 throughout this week.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're
so wonderful.
Lots of love to you all.
Thank you so very much.
And I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
See ya.
Bye. Bye for now.
Nice to see everyone.
Bye, love.